Oh, well, it is turned sunny overnight here in Portland, Oregon. We're now getting into the 80s. So let's get into the 90s next week. So it is a beautiful end of May here. And what I'm doing is redoing some of these kind of faux barrels. This is a resin, not a real wine barrel. But redoing these faux barrel flower pots that I have. My tulips here are dried out and done with, and then I've got some weeds in here, and I'm going to trim back the grass here. This is hollyhock, which I'm going to just pull out because I haven't liked it being here for a while now. And then I'm going to be planting in some petunias and a dahlia or two in here as well. And I'm doing that all around here. What I do with the tulips are questionable whether they can come back or not, but one of the things I do to try to make it more likely that they'll come back on me is I dig them out of the pots, and then clean up the bulbs a little bit, dust the dirt off of them, and then save them in the potting shed, and then replant them in the fall. See what comes out of there. So the tulips, I believe, I'm still trying to figure this out. I haven't found a lot of great information on it, but I believe one of the ways they propagate is by creating these little bulbs around the mother bulb. I think the mother bulb dies, and then they create these little ones. And some of these little ones were actually created last year, and then I replanted them. And so I think the way it works, but somebody can tell me in the comments if I've got this wrong. I think the way it works is if I take these little bulbs and I just keep replanting them, they're growing a little bit each year, and then eventually, hopefully, I have a bigger bulb that would create a nice big tulip. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to fit all these in here, but I got a couple of dahlias. They're a little bit scraggly, but I'm hoping they'll do well once they're put in these pots, and then a bunch of petunias here. So these guys are looking a little bit scraggly. A couple of dahlias that I planted from seed back in January-ish. I'm going to put them in here, water them up, maybe get some fertilizer on them, and see if that helps. Put one on each side here. Yeah, this guy's very dry, despite the fact that I try to water these stuff every day, but I was debating whether to put new potting soil in here. I'll put fertilizer in, but I decided not, because I figured with these plants I was adding to the overall volume of soil in here anyway. But maybe when I'm done, I'll top dress with some compost if it looks like there's room. These are petunias that I planted maybe mid to late February from seed. Plant them in little cell trays and then pot them up later to these trays for just this exact purpose, so that I would have plants that I could put into these pots. And that's my container planting adventure for the morning. Hey, behind me here, the foxgloves are in. They kind of snuck up on me here. The foxgloves, I've planted foxgloves from seed before, but a lot of these, they kind of sprung up as volunteers last year, and then I dug them out of the beds and then kind of lined them up in a line here, as I'll show you. And yeah, it seems to have worked out. I like it.